Today we're doing a photosynthesis lab using these pothos leaves. The pothos plant has been sitting out in the sun. It's now actively photosynthesizing, and this leaf is ready to be used for our lab. So here I have a hole puncher. Again, on the back of the leaf you can see the major veins. Try to avoid all the major veins. I'm going to punch out about 20 leaf discs. Here I have some baking soda water. I made this solution by mixing 1 gram of baking soda with 100 milliliters of water, which makes a 1% solution. And here I have all the leaf discs, which I punched out earlier. I'm going to take the syringe. I took out the plunger. I'm going to get all the leaves into the plunger. Now that all my leaves are on the bottom of the syringe, I'm going to replace the plunger. And here's my baking soda water. Again, I'm using 1% for the demonstration purposes, but you may vary the concentration of baking soda for your own investigation. And now I'm going to draw some baking soda water. And here's the important part. And here's the part that may be tricky for some of you. So here, first thing I do is I invert the syringe to get all the air out. Push on the plunger slowly to remove all the air. Then you're going to place your thumb on the top of the plunger, grab onto the plunger, and you're going to pull on the plunger a few times. 1, 2, 3. You may do it up to about 3 times. After doing that, you can see that all the leaves are sinking, but I still have a few that are floating. To get the last few leaves sinking, I'm going to push up on the plunger, and this pushing motion forces all the baking soda water into the air pockets within the leaves, and now you can see that all the leaves are sinking. So once you get all the leaves to sink, remove the plunger, and pour all the leaves into the beaker. So you can see that all the leaves are sinking and they're ready to be used for our investigation. So here's my setup. Here's my beaker containing all the sinking leaf discs. I lined the bottom of my beaker with some aluminum foil to increase light reflection so that more light can reach the leaves. And here I have a CFL light bulb, which does not produce a lot of heat. So if you're using the CFL light bulb, you do not need a heat sink. So we're going to let this going, and I'm going to do a little time-lapse video to show you what you expect to see. Another thing you can vary in this lab is varying the type of light. So this is a CFL light bulb, which we've seen earlier. This one produces minimal heat. You don't need a heat sink. Here's a grow light, which produces a lot of heat. This one needs a heat sink. And here's one more type of light bulb, which produces a lot of heat. And this one also gets very hot, so you will need a heat sink for both of these light bulbs. You can even use a cell phone flashlight, or you can set one up outside the classroom to test the effect of ambient light. You can also vary the distance from the light or use water baths to vary the temperature to investigate how temperature affects the rate of photosynthesis.